Hello everybody, my name is Billy here with Rockhead Tech, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how you can use a little plugin for Adobe Premiere Pro to greatly exceed your export times called Nvidia Export. So what this plugin actually does is uses some hardware on your Nvidia GPU, so this isn't going to be capable of running on AMD and Intel integrated graphics, so if you do have one of those particular cards you might as well not bother watching this video. Okay, so first things first, in the description below there's going to be a link to the version of NVENC Exports plugin that I actually use. This one for me works particularly well with the new drivers because some of the previous iterations were quite old, I believe back from 2013, and what you're going to want to do with that file, it is a .rpm file I believe. You're going to want to go into your Windows drive, Program Files, Adobe, Premiere Pro, so basically wherever you install Premiere Pro, go inside of the plugins folder, Common, and then you can see we should have down here, and as you can see here we have this little file called NVENC Export, so you're just going to want to drop that in there. That is what you can download from the link in the description. So now moving on to other utilities that you need to make this plugin work, because it isn't just standalone. All it does is send frames from Premiere Pro over to the GPU encoder on your Nvidia GPU. So what you're actually going to need is a program called MKV Merge or MKV Tools. It's like a sub-program, and you can get that just by going to your favorite browser, typing in MKV Merge, and you can see here we have the MKV Toolmix. You just want to click on that and then press download for 64 bits because that's probably the version that you're going to want in this day and age, so that will just download. And then once that's finished, you're going to want to install that, which I have already done, so I'm not going to do it again, but you need to install that to a place where you can remember where it's saved, because we're going to need that later. So another thing that you're going to need is Nero AAC if you want an AAC audio, which you probably do, so you're just going to want to search for it here, Nero AAC download. You can see if we go here, I believe there is a direct link to it. As you can see on the website, if you scroll down and hit I agree, you just need to type in your email address, so I'm just going to put in rockheadbusiness@gmail.com, and if you press this little button here, you should see that the Nero codec installs, and yet again you need to put that in a place where you can remember it. Okay, so at this point there's only really one thing left to do, and that is to search Premiere Pro in this search bar here. Obviously you should have that installed if you've clicked on this tutorial, and Premiere Pro will just load up. So once you've got Premiere Pro loaded up into the start screen here, you're going to want to make a new project and make sure that you set the renderer here to Mercury Playback Engine GPU Acceleration CUDA, because I believe if this isn't set you won't have access to the rendering facility, so we're just going to call this one Nvidia Test. Now you're obviously going to want to make your sequences as you normally would in Premiere, so we're going to go New Item, Sequence, and put in all of our details here. I tend to use 1080p 60 FPS, although I believe most of the videos in this channel will be 1440p at 30, so that's just a random fact. But now what we're going to do is probably load in some demo footage, and I will see you when I've found some. Okay, so we've got this footage here from another channel that I run. If you're interested in that, obviously a link will be in the description. I do some Minecraft every now and again, but anyway, that's irrelevant. What you're going to want to do once you've got your sequence ready is go File, Export, Media, and then once this comes up you're going to want to choose NVENC Export from the presets right here. Now what you're going to want to do is, because you will have no presets here, I've already made some here obviously, but you need to select Custom and then Multiplexer, change that to MKV and press MK Verge button and choose where the MK Verge exe is that you installed earlier, and also head over to Audio, select AAC and press the Nero AAC button and press on the Nero AAC enc.exe that you also installed earlier. Now you're going to want to scroll down here. You're going to want to set this one here, rate control, to what I have it set to here. That means that you can have a variable bitrate, which is just my preference. If you want CBR, constant bitrate, then you can obviously change it to that. But now you're going to want to scroll down, and here is basically where the fun stuff comes, I suppose. You set your video resolution. I've got this set to 1080p, and I'll just bump that up to 60 FPS. And bitrate, I would recommend for something like this, 15 and a target of 20. Make sure to use higher bit rates than you would with H.264 because the quality is somewhat dwindled, so just be sure to bear that in mind. Now the only thing that's left to do now is choose a place to export, so we're going to choose our desktop, and we are going to call this, let's call it Nvidia Test, and then we just need to hit export. Just to give you an example of how quick this render actually is, this is a 10-minute clip of 1080p 60fps, very high bitrate footage recorded with Bandicam. Another video on that soon probably, but it's taken my rendering time down from about 25 minutes down to 11 minutes because my CPU isn't actually that good, but my graphics card is a GTX 750 Ti, so that aids this rendering perfectly. And that's pretty much it. Once you finish, you should have a file on the desktop here. I didn't actually let it fully render, but it just gives you an idea. It does definitely work because I have done videos like this in the past. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to hit the like button. It will always be appreciated on this channel, and if you really did love it, then please also make sure to subscribe to Rockhead Tech. And thank you all for watching, and we will see you all in the next one.